Almost.
So here we are. We are now live on Time to Go. And we have a couple of comments already in the left-hand side. Right. Welcome, everybody, to this week's stream, Sunday. And it's a hot Sunday. We've got a bit of a freeze frame happened here. We're going to try and sort that out in a minute. Oh, hang on. We got a bit of juddery. Internet connection problems, I think it is.
Howie.
Yeah, it's not Steve this week. It's Howie's turn for a bit of connection issues. Well, I'm going to start the stream off this week with a little issue of bugs. Has anybody been having any issues with bugs lately? Bed bugs or otherwise?
I take it you don't mean coughs, colds and things like that?
No. I've not had any of them. No, I don't want any of them sort of things.
You mean the ones where people spy on you? Like, the CIA and
yep, them ones
on your phone and stuff like that, those sort of bugs.
Yeah. Now, the bugs that when you're riding along down a country lane, because with the weather being a bit warm, I've encountered various bugs, flies and things like that. And it only takes a fraction to lift your visor up a fraction. You can guarantee a fly or a bug's going to go in your helmet.
Have you identified the species?
Well, I squashed it.
Are they wasps? Are they moths? Are they other flying insects, flies, hoverflies, beetles?
I don't know, but it was biting my ear, and I could feel it going down into me, into my inner ear. When you're riding along and something goes in your helmet, you don't know where it is, like a fly or something. Then it walks to the, or it flies into the eardrum, and then it starts bouncing on your ears, and you're thinking, "Oh, I want to get that out." And it probably can't do any harm to you. But when you're riding along at 30 miles an hour down a country lane and you can't pull over anywhere to get rid of it. Good evening, Monkeywood Garage and Strange Fruit Biker 20. You can't do anything about it, and you have to wait till you stop. It was about 5 minutes before I had to stop, take my helmet off, and get rid of the bug. Very distracting.
That's plenty of time for it to lay its eggs then.
Well, I hope it bloody hasn't, because I went like that. I got a stick from the side of the road because I couldn't get my finger in far enough. And I picked up a twig up, got the twig in the ear, like you do, normal things. Yeah. And nothing came out, so I'm assuming I've squished it.
Put your head down, right, and then bash your other ear. Like that.
Is that the way to go? Yeah,
Andy's saying,
yeah, I could try that. Andy's saying there's a lot more bugs this year than last year. It's probably the heat, isn't it? That's what's doing it, I guess. Wasp. Well, a wasp in your helmet, that can't be very good.
Oh, yes, I've had one of them.
I've had one in my glove. Have you had one in your glove?
Yeah. Do you know
it's too early for wasps at the moment?
I've not seen
it. Open a window here. This is
bloody ain't. We've had them.
Have you?
Yeah.
That's Weymouth for you, isn't it? It's like
the ice cream. Noticed yesterday while we were bimbling around them country lanes, how many bugs we had on the visors and the screen. I know you don't, because you hide behind your screen, don't you?
Yeah, that's true. There's plenty out there.
What's going on here? So that's the only issue I've had this week. Trying to make a video, and it's takes me a little bit longer to make videos these days because I'm too busy doing other things like flying planes and stuff like that. I did notice a video this week from Cavan Honda Rider. Does anybody know Cavan Honda? I'm sure you all know Cavan Honda Rider.
You do?
Well, he's now doing a channel. He's put a couple of videos up, 1 or 2 or something like that. I think it's 2 he's put up so far. And the first one was on the NT 1100. He went through his new motorbike that he's got, and he's done, I think, 1,600 something kilometers in a very short period of time on that. He got it running a lot quicker than was it Ice? Did he? He did it. He's only just had his service done, hasn't he, on his bike? But so yeah, we're going to give him a bit of a shout out, and if anybody go and have a check out Dylan's channel and keep an eye on what's going on with the NTs, because the NTs are going to take over the world, I reckon. They're going to take over the BMWs anyway. They're not got a shaft drive, no. But
I was going to say, not until they get a shaft drive on that touring motorcycle.
That's what they want, innit? Yeah, that's what they want. Yeah.
Yeah, then there'd be a bit more money then, wouldn't they?
I guess.
I was surprised to see GS riders down in Lyme Regis, down by the Cobb today. There was 3 of them down there at Lyme.
Did they nod, speak?
No, it did. I walked past them. I thought they're not going to look at me. Ignorant bastards, I thought, bloody GS.
You guys have been taking rides out together, all 3 of you, haven't you? What's going on?
We did. They nearly got me arrested.
I was kidnapped, actually, is what it was.
They were winding me up. We were going through a 30 and then dropped into a 20, and all the vehicles coming towards us were flashing their lights, giving us the thumb down, letting us know that there was a speed trap up ahead. So I said, "Should we all wave as we go by?" Only when we come over the brow of the hill, it was a motorcycle traffic cop on the side there with his camera on the tripod. So as we went by, I sort of tapped the camera on my chin and shouted, "Smile," which, to be fair, he did, didn't he? He did play the game.
It was very, compliant.
In that video, you said you shouted him. Did you shout at him as you were driving past, and did he hear you?
Yeah. I shouted out to him, "Smile," and tapped my camera.
I saw the video. I didn't see that. Yeah. We got Michael here from Grey Wolf. Welcome, Michael. Thanks for coming to the stream.
Yeah, it's just back from holiday, look.
Oh, yeah. Did you see that intro we made?
Didn't even bring us a stick of rock.
I think that's in the post. I think he posted all from there, and he flew back before the goods have arrived.
I mean, them intros he made, brilliant. When you think that's just like a template.
Yeah, I think that's there's a Power Director or something like that. It's a program that does that, and I think it's the one Slowbo used. I think for yours, that intro that you got for yours, Harry, the really good one.
What?
Did you not see the intro for one of your videos that Slowbo put up?
Oh, the one where he's
air traffic control. I think that was brilliant. That was.
Yeah, it's quite clever. It's only because he put that thing up with you, like in the lineup, and he missed me out. So I had a grumble at him and said, "Hey, what's going on?"
You did, yeah.
So I guilted him into making that video, really, I suppose.
Oh, dear. Good evening, teacher.
I'm surprised, Howie, you haven't put up that other clip yet.
Which one's that?
Which one's that?
Where I stood up on the pegs.
Oh, yeah. I've got to find that yet. Yeah, I'm saving some stuff. I got at least another 3 more videos out of that lot. I got the one with the disappointment at the our destination. Well, I think somebody says, "Well, that was a load of shit" or something. I think it's as we're riding out. Somebody said, "Well, that was a load of old shit" or something.
It's good when you ride along with a group. If you're riding on your own, you wouldn't get that sort of banter, would you? When you got people and you all gel together, and you can tell that you really gel together when you ride along.
I think doing that group comms adds something to it because you get like the banter and that sort of chat. I mean, you could video about 3 or 4 bikers all having a chat in a pub, but it's better doing it videoing them while they're riding along.
Yeah, I've got to say, Harry, your language is disgraceful.
Yours is. Yeah. I was embarrassed. Honestly, I was very embarrassed. I was fucking embarrassed.
Yeah, but I got the excuse. I got the certificate for me Tourette's.
Yeah,
I can't help it.
I can't believe how much we bitch and moan about everything.
I tell you what, though, when we went through Glastonbury, wasn't it? Yeah. The hippie brigade were out in force, weren't they?
There's that car that was trying to get out that was going to rub his seal on the curb. That was the best part.
As I say, that jazz in red looked quite smart.
Get a lorry down there.
We were saying, weren't we, about that farmer. Now, this farm has got land either side of the road. You go along this road, and there must be these. They've got some posh name, haven't they? But they're basically tents. And there must have been hundreds and hundreds and hundreds each side of the road, wasn't there?
It's like an army camp, wasn't it, really? Wasn't it? It was just like an army camp.
Need to go out bloody sheep shearing, shagging, whatever they do. And to make his money, he makes it out of that hippie brigade.
No more making money for selling, eggs and shit like that. And
Would you do
phone
the
calls at
same?
2 o'clock in the morning. Your sheep's out on the road. Just
Would you do the same if you had a field in your back garden? You can make millions of pounds for just
Cool.
camping for a couple of days. I would.
I'd turn it into a car park.
Did you say they got cameras on the way in, so you can actually stop people going in on the entry and exit for there?
Yeah, every entrance and exit, they've got security on it anyway, but they've got these 360 cameras on the gates, I presume, clocking you in and out.
Yeah. Did they do that at ABR? The ABR festival to check people going in there?
I haven't seen them there. I haven't seen them there before when I've been to the ABR.
They probably have now. It's technology.
Probably.
Isn't it?
I don't know. I'll let you know after, this time next week. So
When you get the ticket, you mean, after gate crash. When you get the ticket after gate crash.
No, I'm fully paid up for going to the ABR.
I missed that comment by Andy. Look, I've just put it back up again.
What's that?
When we group ride, we don't let Honda or Suzuki riders come.
Oh,
I love it. Steve's in the house as well. You, Steve?
yeah. Steve wants a bit of that hippie stuff, he says.
And I don't know whether you noticed or not.
The turntable still works, actually. I would have thought that would have rotted away by now.
We got some Norwegian fella in the side chat as well.
I never know.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Is it
Good evening, Alex.
Good evening,
That's
Alex. Yes.
That's probably the goal, or Alex the Viking, isn't it?
He's probably sitting there having a beer, isn't he? That's what he's doing.
No such thing as free love, Steve. It always costs you somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
But, wasn't it funny though, seeing a thing with all that snow?
Yeah.
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 The lift was closed though, wasn't it? So he didn't have a go on the lift, but that probably opens in the winter, I guess.
He's only come in to make us jealous, just to remind us he's in Norway and we're not.
Yeah. Exeter, Steve says he's still spinning. He's probably spinning because he's been trying out his little ramp. Did you see his little ramp on his video?
I couldn't ask him in the video, and I didn't want to embarrass him. Have you ever gone arse over tip walking down your driveway in the dark, Steve, over your turntable?
Well,
I guarantee that if I had that would happen to me.
I bet if he did, I bet he did a couple of triple Salcos before he hit the deck.
Yeah.
well, what you need is a motor on that, innit? So you can spin it round automatic.
Yeah.
Lovely.
It's a good idea, though.
Oh, brilliant idea. And didn't it work well?
I think you should make them, to be honest with you. If you could make them, it's a plank of wood with some Dexion down, unistrut down the side and things. You can make them make a fortune, I think. Must be loads of people who would find them beneficial for
Oh, superb. Absolutely superb. The only thing I did worry about was obviously one of his kids. They're riding round now on a bike with only one stabilizer because he's nicked one of the wheels for his turntable.
Yeah.
And the turntable bit, the bearing and the turntable bit has gone missing out of that. You know those trays you have in the middle when you're having the Chinese food and you spin it around? Probably some Chinese restaurant that's missing the bloody bearing from one of their Sally things. What are they called?
Andy says he can pop on the live next Sunday from the Black Forest. That'd be nice. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Do that, Andy. Yeah, you're welcome. I'll send you an email on your email system, and you know what the link is. That'd be great. I've been on that turntable. I'd be more worried about the kids sitting on the wooden board and getting splinters in their arse as you spin them round. It's good, isn't it?
Kids got to learn somehow, Joe.
I have to admit, it was the lowest.
Susan.
That's probably the lowest bloody seesaw I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Rev's in the house. Evening, Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Good evening, Rev. Welcome to the stream. Obviously, we're a bit slower on this stream, the Rev stream, aren't we? Rev stream is really, really good and fast flowing, but mine's a bit slower sometimes. We like to relax into the week.
Steve.
Yo.
Tell them how many Honda Jazzes we reckon we saw yesterday in that whole day.
I reckon it's got to be at least 45.
We
But
went
out
through
of
one
mine, it
village.
was at least we was in the 40s easy, weren't we?
Oh, easy, yeah,
Temperature
easy.
wise,
And I did like that red one. I might get one of those, just to annoy you.
Yeah, well, the red
Come
one's
down.
the go fast one. That's the SI.
did they do
No, well,
electric version?
They do a hybrid now.
I quite fancy buying one just to go down and pick Nige up, take him out for the day.
Oh, Rev said me ring's on the way.
What ring's that?
Well, when he was doing his live the other week, and I put a comment on, I said, you ought to do a giveaway for that pile cushion behind you. You know those cloth donuts that you rest your
Oh, yeah.
helmet on, do you, when you're doing something?
Yeah.
He had one of them behind. He said, you can have that one if you want it.
Actually, that's what I use. I use my old pile cushion to do my crash helmet.
It's probably a
You
good
must have a
idea.
big helmet then.
And it was supplied by the NHS. And them bastards owe me anyway, so.
That's probably a good idea, Howie.
Yep, so I got
Might
my
catch
piles.
on.
I got my piles bloody ring.
Oh dear. So,
So when we got back the other day, I was bloody hot with even though I got vented leather, I was bloody hot. So I chucked me Oxford top on with the thermal lining out, and it's a hell of a lot lighter. So I'll try that next time.
You want to
Right.
get a mesh jacket, mate. That's what you want to do.
all I can say, Steve, is thank you very much. We're going to get a mention, it says. This live gets a mention somewhere or other.
Yeah, who was it? Grey Wolf said that we should have Exeter Rider as D'Artagnan in the Three Musketeers he was going on about.
Yeah.
So I replied back. I said, well, we actually want Ice Diddy as D'Artagnan, but he could play Cardinal Richelieu if he wanted to.
I'd like to get Exeter Rider on this channel if he wants to pop on here at any time.
Hey, go and ask him.
Yeah, if you ever want to pop on here.
He's in the chat.
He's in the chat, yes, and I know he likes
Tell
to
him to
get in here and let's have a chat.
And
can you
use his correct title, please? Four candles.
Four candles, yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll send him the link. Hold on, I've still got it on my webpage. I'll go Exeter Rider and I'll send him the link.
I saw that about Four Candles as well.
And he can come on.
Oh, the old original Four Candles.
Yeah, it was a bit like that. What was that? What was that program where people used to sort of suddenly appear with a book? Eamon Andrews used to do it, and he used to say,
this is your life.
Exeter Rider Steve, Mr. Four Candles, this is your life. Come with us today. I hope the boss knew about it because that was in where he was working, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah, it was, yeah. Four candles. Steve, I noticed you haven't got a black eye yet. Did you order that summer jacket?
No, I didn't. As I say, I'll come back. I'll put the Oxford one on without the thermal lining and open the vents up, and it was bloody good. So I'm going to hold off. But I was on the internet.
What you bought now?
One of them, what do you call it? Cool covers?
Oh, for the seat?
Yeah, this mesh cool covers we was on about the other day.
Yeah.
So I ordered one of them up because they do one for my bike. So
what does that do? Does it cool your seat down while you're riding along or something?
It lets air through and lets the water out.
On your bike seat?
Yeah, it's like a 3D mesh that you stretch over and strap underneath.
So you can fart and wee.
Water out.
So,
you can fart and wee, and that will let that out.
Yeah, I do like your.
You having to stand up when you fart.
How much was that? Not that 60-odd quid one.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Hang on. Sorry, Sam. I'll say it a bit later. 60-odd quid.
Bloody hell.
I've got an update.
Coming from me, Mike, Benny.
Go on, Howie.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I've just messaged Exeter Rider, and he says he can't come on tonight. He feels nervous.
He's what? Sorry.
He feels nervous.
Oh, I don't believe that. Have you seen how calm he is in his videos when he's doing the videos and explaining everything? He's super.
I said, get on. We don't bite. He says it's tempting, but he's nervous.
Yeah, he's scared to come on a channel that's so famous. That's what it is. All the publicity he's going to get is massive.
Well, I don't think you get any more. You can't get any better publicity than this.
You can't know. I've even got his name in the
No.
bottom there. I think I have, actually. I don't know if I have. By the way, before I forget, if anybody wants the name in the bottom of that banner going across and you haven't got your name in the banner, put a note in the comments and I'll copy it from the comments and put it on the screen. Or if you put it on the in the comments, it might take a bit just to get it on the streamer going back and forwards. Is Exeter Rider on there? I think he is. I hope he is.
Yeah, I've seen him go past. Oh man, Motorbomb, Virginia. I'll read them out. Steve, M109R.
We've got Andy. I can highly
Master.
recommend the Klim induction jacket for hot water, and it's A rated. For hot water, what, for heating, you mean? Heated jacket, I guess that is. Water circulate heating jacket. That would be handy if you could come up, pump cold water around. Because I know it was a Flat Cap Cafe Racer did a video where there was a jacket where you can actually put ice cubes in a box with a pump on it, and it pumps cold water around your jacket to keep you cold in the summer. Have you seen that?
No.
Isn't that what Formula One drivers wear and stuff like that? Don't they do these under jackets that have got like dry ice in them and stuff
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah. I bet racing drivers use them to keep racing riders doing
Weather.
I don't
those.
think they'd be selling them at Helmet City, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm getting my second teenage stint. Oh, look,
Oh, you got a zit.
zit.
That's the second time you've done that. You did that last week as well, Nige. You sure?
No, I think I'm going to have to get the pliers on it again. Trouble is, I got the pliers on it last time. It looked like I had a love bite.
You can only use that excuse a couple of times, Nige, and it gets a bit it wears down a bit after a while.
Where's the bloody? You can add Rev along the bottom. Look.
Right, let's get his name on here. Certainly will. Put your channel link in the description there, and I will put in because I can't remember what it is. It's Rev Bomb. It's just Rev Bomb, nothing else. I've got a terrible memory for things like that, and I will add it.
Or is it Mr. Rev Bomb? No, that's his email, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. Some of them I've typed in there. There was a couple last week I think were wrong, and I've put them right. So you got to be careful you don't get them wrong. I'm not keeping up here with the comments, Nige. You know that, don't you?
You're not?
Nah.
Yeah, look, I found it. There it is.
Rev Bomb UK. Is it? Right.
That's not how you spell bomb, is it? Oh,
Okay,
yeah, of course.
put that in. Carry on chatting for a second while I just do this.
Yes,
You know
Rev
me, I
Bomb
can't do two
UK.
things at once. I'm a. If I was a woman, I'd be able to do it easy.
Anyway, we're gonna start blacklisting Subways, aren't we? Subway takeaway.
yeah.
We went in there. We were bursting for coffee. Howie must have ridden about what 8 minutes before we stopped for coffee.
It's
It's
about
exhausting. It's pretty exhausting, I tell you, riding from the Devonshire Arms, which I
Yeah.
haven't got any footage of. Apparently, I was quite pissed off with that. I got it with my camera facing me, but not the outward facing camera.
So we go in, didn't we?
I'm going to blame Subway for that.
We
because
go in.
I-
We queue up. We get to the counter. Said to the lad, "Just 3 coffees, please. No rolls or food or anything." Oh yeah, if you go over the other side of the till, the girl will serve you the coffee. So then we go the other side of the till, didn't we? We stand there like idiots for 5 or 6 minutes while she's serving every other bugger that was in the queue. And then when she came to us, and Steve said, 3 coffees, please. Oh, sorry, we've only got tea.
That was a good 20 minutes wasted, wasn't it?
I know. So we had to slum it in a Shell garage, didn't we, with a Costa takeaway?
We could have all brought a 12-inch each and eaten that while we were waiting, couldn't we?
Good evening, Baylotron is on the channel. Welcome.
I haven't seen Baylotron about for a while.
You've not watched his.
him about.
He's done a sponsored
It's
silence in his
sponsored, eh?
video.
Has he?
Tell me,
Twenty-
He's broken silence. Good, Omar. Good boy.
20 odd minutes and he don't say a word.
yeah, if he sticks his channel link in there, I'll stick it up on the old banner. I'm trying to break the banner and see how long it takes to break the banner, how many I can get on it.
Oh, what, Leeds channel, Baylotron?
Yeah, we're going to try and get as many on there and try and break this this EV Mux banner on the bottom here.
I presume, though, the more that's on there, the faster it will go across the bottom, will it?
No, I think it goes the same speed. So eventually, if we get like 1,000 on there, what'll happen is you'll only get your name popped up there once.
Once every 4 weeks.
Once every 4 weeks. Yeah, I hope not. Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
it would
You know,
take
you
a
don't,
whole year to circle round like the sun does round the
yeah.
earth.
If you had an
you
R,
know, you
Round
don't
the
do
sun.
camping anymore,
Wait.
Nige.
Yeah, I hope I spelt it right, Steve. Yeah. Oh,
What do you say, Steve?
You know, you
same
don't do
size.
camping anymore.
Yeah.
Did you not
Oh,
fancy taking it up again when you seen Bonaton's video?
No, well, I said to him, I said, what about all the bugs and creepy slugs and Christ knows what that's crawling under those edgy bits and then going down inside your boots so that when you shove your feet in there in the morning, you get this nice, warm, squelchy feeling between your toes.
I thought just sort of a nice heater in there, loads of space, cockpit, you'd be sorted.
Yeah.
I mean, if you still want to keep your bloody camping malarkey going, I've got that Slummit tent, you know, those quick pop-up ones.
All right.
I mean, it's a decent enough tent. It's there if you want it.
Do I get mates rates discount, do I?
You can have it.
oh, that's good, that
Don't
isn't it?
don't say that.
That's the best one. Free.
Can't get better than free, can you?
No,
More than happy to give it a try. I've looked at them for a while, but I've got 2 tents already.
it's only the 2 berth, not the
We
3.
should call you Steve Two Tents from now on. Is your Indian name?
Slowbo's just said he pops pimples with a pair of pliers and doesn't like bugs.
Yeah. Does anybody like bugs? It could be a bug's doing that actually. Do you wear a scarf when you're riding in the sun? By the way, you still put a scarf around your neck?
No,
No.
I don't even have that in the winter.
No, I always have a
No,
scarf.
I've got about 16 chins that keep me warm.
If you get too hot, if you soak your neck buff in water and then put it on, it's like air conditioning for your neck.
Yeah,
It's true. If you soak it, it's good in the winter. In the summer.
If it's really hot, soak your t-shirt. It does the same thing. Cools
I
your
do
body
it.
right
The
down.
bugs getting in. Didn't work this day though. But
Lee just said he agrees. Get yourself on a moto camp. Now, I'm taking a leaf out of Andy's book. It's hotels all the way, or at
Yeah.
least
Joe,
caravans.
if you wore earplugs, you wouldn't have bugs going in your ear holes. Did you know that?
what was that again? Sorry, I missed that.
If you wear earplugs,
That's a good idea.
bugs won't get in.
That's an excellent idea. That's what I'm going to do. Bloody annoying when you get one in your ear.
I bought myself some cheap earplugs. I think I'd sooner have I think a bug in the ear would probably be more beneficial than these.
Yeah.
Well, you
That's
will buy
that's
cheap,
like a
won't
mini,
you, Nige?
Crap.
like a mini butt plug, that, isn't it?
You know what they say, buy cheap, buy twice.
Yeah.
Have you seen what Rev's put there? Don't worry if your camping spider. Don't worry, your camping spiders rub their willies on your face. So that's what they do when you're asleep and you don't know about it. Oh, that's even worse, isn't it? I won't be able to sleep tonight.
I would just stop bugs getting in your mouth. See, it's a good point there. Stop the bugs getting in your mouth.
Well, that's another one. Don't talk, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's the only way to do it. Well, Andy wears one all weathers. I
They
think that's
crawl up
the
your nose, don't they, as well, some of them? Have you seen that fish that flies up your dick when you're in the Amazon?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Oh, ah.
Are you
No.
joking?
You know what his nickname is, don't you? Prince Albert.
Prince Albert. Well, I'm going to have a quick mention here for Cavan Honda Rider again. Everybody knows Dylan, I'm sure. Sure you've heard of Dylan. Dylan's one of our most regular commenters and people who come on the channel every week, as a lot of people are here. And he's now starting to do some videos. The first one he's done is on the NT 1100. He's only just got it. He's now done plenty of miles on that. So I'm looking forward to a lot more information from Dylan regarding that bike to see if my decision is going to change whether to get one or not. They're getting more popular, so it's the channels to watch. You see, the ones on the under NT1100s. We've shown how the suspension system works on it, which is quite clever. I haven't got all them menus on mine. I can't afford a new one at the moment. I wish I could.
I just reading that from Moto Tour Island. Comfort while camping is proportional to the amount of alcohol drank. That just sums it up.
I agree.
It's probably true though, isn't it? It's probably true.
Yeah, definite.
I disagree with that comment because I find the more I drink, the more I keep on needing to get up in the night and go for a waz.
Yeah.
Anything past 8 o'clock, drink shorts.
Yeah, yeah.
As soon as you get up for a pee.
I can't believe that. I'm going to look up that in a minute because I think you're taking the piss.
No. That's a genuine thing.
Yeah?
Yep.
What
All
is?
about the
Fish
that swims up your dick.
Yeah.
Fish.
Yeah.
I've
They
never.
say wear a condom. Stop it happening.
Sometimes
honestly.
Sometimes I
Those
don't know whether to
fish
believe all you guys.
you know those pedicure fish? Do you know what they're called?
I've seen them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're called Gararoofa fishes.
Do the work because I've seen people put the
Yeah,
feet
I've had a go with them when I was quite pissed up when I was in Corfu. These women were doing it, and I stuck my feet in this tank of fish, and these bloody little tiddlers were all pecking away at my feet. 4 or 5 of them must have floated to the surface after a couple of pecks.
Do you fancy putting your feet though in water with fish that have eaten someone else's feet?
Yeah, perfectly
Alex,
fine.
very quickly, Alex is going now. Alex, enjoy the rest of your journey. We know you're enjoying every single minute of it. We're all jealous on this stream. You're not here. You're over there enjoying yourself. So take care on the rest of your journey, and we'll get all the information when you come back. We hope. We look forward to all them lovely videos of where you've been.
Loads of videos.
Yes. I tell you, that where he went through the tunnel and there's a sodden great roundabout in the middle of the tunnel.
Wow, yeah, that was amazing, yeah. But I think the videos will all come shortly. All the surprises and things. You wouldn't believe that was there, would you? That thing, but it's amazing.
Oh yeah. They certainly know how to do a tunnel, don't they?
Have you been over there, Nige? Or
no, I can't afford it. I'm retired.
Yeah, me as well. But I'm going to try and get over there because it's a lovely place.
We can't afford that. All we can afford is Haven caravans, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah. And sharing as well, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't even have a single caravan themselves. It's all...
That makes a very cheap holiday, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Extremely.
But that's all you need, really. You only need, if you're out biking, if you're going on a tour or something like that, it depends what type of person you are. But if you're only in a hotel and that for one night, and it's only a place to stop, get something to eat and get ready for the next day when you're riding all day, it doesn't have to be something really mega, does it, really?
Nah.
But it depends
if you need the internet, you just go to the bar and you can upload your videos.
Yeah. How about glamping pods? Oh, yeah. You know about glamping pods?
Well, when we did our trip around the UK, when we were going to Scotland, we booked those glamping pods at Glencoe, and they weren't that dear, really. Of course, then COVID hit, so we had to cancel it all. And when we tried to book them again when we did that trip, it was all fully booked. But no, they look quite smart. There was 2 of you sharing, so you couldn't get away from me that easy.
Yeah, well, Dylan's off the ride.
Up now, a lot of them are £100 a night.
How much?
£100 a night. A lot of places for a pod.
I'd want a sauna and a jacuzzi and everything for that.
Well, Lee's just said Motorwood, look, the glamping pod he had in the Lake District was 30 quid.
That's not bad. Probably was it off season, or it won't be in season because in season it'd be a lot more, wouldn't it? I guess.
Mm. We know where there's loads of them all pitched up. I'm sure they wouldn't miss 1 or 2 if you want to get a couple of pods and put them up in your field.
Yeah, it all depends if you have just a bare bed frame or no frame or a bed made up. That depends on the price, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'd sleep anyway.
Everywhere I go, I got to think, where's my valet going to sleep?
Your valet? You take a valet with you?
Oh, he definitely needs to buy a GS, doesn't he? Because he just hasn't got the support that you've got.
Yeah, these XR riders, we park, so we left a massive gap in the middle so he could snuggle
You're
in
gonna have to
between
keep
us,
jazzing.
snuggle in between us. And then what did he do? Reverse right in front of Steve, didn't you?
Yeah, you saw that.
No. Hey, hang on.
Did somebody pull you back?
He got on the back of my top box, and I'm sure he loosened up my bloody lock, and he dragged me up to the back of his bike. I don't know.
Steering it.
Well, it was like I didn't want to oversteer in case you just pulled me over.
Well,
It doesn't
Well, he
matter,
pulled you
really,
over,
does it?
Howie.
At the end of the day, it doesn't
I
matter.
must say, didn't those dual comms sound good yesterday
they did.
on the recordings? Well,
It wasn't dual com. It was
I'll
3 com.
rephrase that. Didn't the dual comms sound good on the bits where I remembered to plug mine in? We got to the
Yeah,
castle, didn't we? And I hadn't plugged it in.
no, we left Devonshire Arm. You forgot to record sound, and Howie forgot to record
Yeah,
video.
but you were taking the piss out of me at the subway, because I was faffing around making sure everything I had was all plugged in,
Yep.
and there was you without anything plugged in, taking the piss out of me.
But you also forget your helmet as well, Howie, didn't you? They took the piss out of that as well, didn't they? I saw
Well,
them.
I didn't do my helmet up, obviously. Yeah, I don't know. It's
Do you
it's
know?
hard to say, but that's one of the key things to do is plug yourself into the comms.
I've got a suggestion for you. What you need is everybody has a list, a checklist, a flight checklist, basically. So you get on your bike, you flip the checklist out, and you go check, 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 and everybody says at the end of the day, check, all ready, check one, check, how we ready,
Flaps, check.
John's ready. Yeah, get it all ready like that, and then you can't go wrong, can you?
Indicator,
Can't go wrong.
indicator, check.
I tell you, there was some faffage yesterday, wasn't there?
How long?
Not
How much
on
have
my
you?
behalf. I had no camera and no nothing to worry about, did I?
No, you had nothing, did you?
No.
What's Rev just said? Can you not fit a tow bar to the back of a GS? At least you can tow a small caravan with a butler.
Yeah. They're powerful enough, aren't they? I think you could get a trike conversion for one. Has anybody ever done that? A trike conversion for a GS?
What with a GS?
Probably criminal, I know, but
I'm sure somebody has.
that would be interesting.
Just seems
Mind
wrong,
you,
doesn't it?
that new 1300 ASA, look, that's the size of a trike.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tank's as wide as a rear axle, isn't it?
I
Nightmare.
haven't seen one on the roads anywhere.
Ron was just saying he wouldn't like me pulling him back onto him. I don't know why.
Look, I was on about kidnapping, and Picos Paul's just said keys, wallet, phone, zip ties, and duct tape. Sounds like he's a kidnapper as well.
Yeah, that'll do it. That will, won't it?
Isn't
You got a lot there, haven't you?
it? You two have got a lot in common, haven't you?
Plastic up.
When are you off to the Pyrenees? July, isn't it?
Who's
I'm
Picos?
counting, but it's 4 weeks today.
You're going to do some filming this time?
I did filming last time. I just had no mic.
With your microphone on.
It wouldn't connect for some reason. Then I lost the bloody magnet. So I had to gaffer tape it onto my gripper mount. But I've ordered some magnets, some new
At a
ones,
bargain price.
at a bargain price. So if anyone loses a mini mic magnet, only a £5 each.
How many have you bought? 100?
No, I bought 10.
10. Oh, that's all right.
For 11 quid. No, 13 quid.
They're bloody strong, them magnets. I had one on mine. I'm starting to use me Mic 2 Mini. And I took the magnet off the end, and as I put the magnet on, it nipped my finger. They're really, really powerful, aren't they?
Yeah, what are they, Neridium or something?
Yeah.
They're extra strong magnets.
They are pretty good. They are pretty good.
Extra strong magnets.
Yeah,
not me.
Neridium.
Sound like a pack of mints, doesn't it? Oh dear.
Who's it for? First for magnets. I've got to find out what they're called now. It's first for magnets where I bought them from.
What's Lobo saying? I've noticed recently the mic mini starts to go out of sync if you record for long periods. Now there's a worrying thing. Has anybody noticed
Can't
that?
say I've noticed that.
Oh, I've got a brand new way of syncing videos and sound as well.
You have?
I don't know if it's a good idea, but I think it's a good idea. What I've got, and I could probably show you the video. I've got a video. I've made a video of an object flashing up or an icon flashing up on a screen every 10 seconds. It flashes on, off, off. And as soon as the object appears, a sound happens as well at the same time. That plays for about 20 seconds or so. So all you do is if you've got 3 or 4 cameras, 3 cameras and 2 mics or whatever, all you have to do is play this video, put this video in front of the camera, the first camera, move it to the second camera, third camera, fourth camera, and each one of them images that come up's got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 10 on it. So you can sync your video by just making sure your camera picks up one of the images with one of the numbers and the sound.
Or
that
you could have DJI cameras with a DJI remote control. Press the button and they start and stop same time. Perfect.
Yes, but
Or you could have them all connected to your microphone and say, start recording and stop recording.
True.
But I've got this one here that you palmed off on me, Nige. I've got 2 different ones now. I've got this one in Insta360 and I've got the GoPro. So they're 2 different cameras. They're 2 different cameras and they're 2 different... the microphones are different as well. So I've got 2 microphones and 2 cameras and you want to sync them all up. That's the hardest thing to do, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try that.
The Mic Mini will work on both of those cameras. You know that, Joe, don't you?
It doesn't work on the GoPro.
Does it not?
It doesn't work on the GoPro 12, no.
You could just beep your horn.
Apparently it doesn't, but I haven't tried it. Does it? Have you tried it on the GoPro 12?
It was, but I was hooking up the Mic 2s to GoPro 10, I think it was. So I was hooking those up with the
12. It does it on the 13, but it doesn't do it on the 12. I'm gonna have to try that, Howie, because that's what I.
Yeah, I would give it a go because when I was doing a load of stuff with that Insta mic, it was connecting to every. I was trying to get it to connect to every camera that was bragging that they had Bluetooth connectability. And GoPro were banging that out, and so I was trying to get that to work.
Mm.
And it worked a couple of times, but then they changed their bloody firmware, and then it eventually it caught up with it, and they put the firmware for the Insta mic on, so it would work with it. But in saying that, I found no problem with connecting any of the Insta Bluetooth microphones to any of the other cameras that I've found.
Mm. You would think there'd be a standard, wouldn't you? So that every mic can fit every other item, because
Yes.
I know they want you to buy their gear, don't they? That's what it's about. You want them to buy their brand. But
Accessory purchases, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. But people normally stick with the brand they've got, don't they? If they've got a GoPro or DJI, they normally stick with that, don't they?
Well, he just said he's using an Ace Pro 2 now.
Yeah.
But as I've just said, I noticed in that video he did with his camping, I noticed the sound wasn't working, so it can't be that good.
Probably getting used to it. Yeah.
20 odd minutes without saying no. I said, you managed a lot more than I got. I couldn't keep quiet for that long.
But you don't notice it. If you haven't got your mic plugged in or the sound's not working or something like that, there's no way of knowing, is there, until you've finished the video and you take it back and put your camera in. Or
I've reverted back. I've just gone back to what Slowbo said just now about the Mic Mini. Every time it starts a new file, it's like losing a second or two. So it's getting out of sync over lots of files. I can't say I've honestly noticed it. I'm going to go back and have a look later.
I just start and stop recording as and when, so I don't get that issue.
Oh, Andy just said about the DJI 360.
Yeah.
Yes.
I said to you, Steve, didn't I, and the others, I was reading some yesterday or day before, and they're mooting the 15th of July, whether it'll come out then or not, I don't know. Be good if it did. I mean, it's been a long time bloody coming, isn't it?
Yeah. They normally do some
She
trailers.
might have a date now.
Yeah.
Did you not give any information on these websites about these cameras coming out, or is it just people saying it's possibly coming out, possibly coming out?
Well, the one that spouted that is the one that normally gets all the DJI inside info, like when the 5 Pro was coming out, and he's been on about the Action 6 coming out later in the year, and he's heard that this 15th of July is the release date for the 360, but be nice if it is.
Yeah.
But again, is it going to be along the lines of the Insta? Are you going to have to faff around editing that and then put that footage into there and then edit it again? I know you can do it on the phone apps a lot, but I don't really use the phone apps.
Has anybody ever edited on a phone, a video on a phone? Because I've got an app on mine. I think it's the Video Pro Logger, and you can actually do video editing on the phone. I think that'd be really, really difficult, I would have thought.
Yeah, you did, didn't you, H?
I do it with my my iPad.
That's the 360.
Yeah, with the 360. But what they've started doing, they've got a feature called Record now, which what they used to call, I think it's quick track or something like that. But they've stopped doing that, and they do this Record now. So when you do it on Record and you send the film to your phone storage, you get a watermark on it, which you can't get rid of. So everything I'm doing now with the 360 says Insta 360 4X down the bottom of it. So, and it won't disappear. So I'm getting kind of like a bit cheesed off with the Insta cameras, and I'm thinking again, flogging them. So
that's not very good, is it? They're doing things like that. You think you'd be able to remove it, especially when you've bought the software and you've bought the camera. You don't want to be.
Well, I bought the camera, and the software was free. So anyway, but it's just another thing, really. They want you to do it on the PC, but I find it a headache doing it on the PC because of those time frames and all those sort of things. You want to keep marking it, move to the next bit. That's why a lot of people get put off, because it's such a pain to do. I mean, with this, what I was doing, get my iPad, add it on the iPad, and I was moving the iPad around, and the iPad was acting like a camera. So wherever I pointed the iPad, it pointed the image of the 360. And as I was doing it, it was recording. And then that recording went to the phone, and it was absolutely brilliant. It was the best way I found of putting a 360 image to a flat image. It was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
But,
well, some people do enjoy the video inside of it, because I know Peaky Biker, he loves editing, and also GSA Track Andy said he doesn't mind doing it either. Some people find it good to do it, and some they make really good videos. If you take the time and effort, if you look at some of the videos that haven't been edited and that, like mine, I just put them on there the way they are. I don't edit anything on them on the quality of the video or anything. But some people do all the color grade and they get it look really nice and everything, and it does make a difference when you look at it afterwards. But whether it gets you more views, I don't know. But it does look better.
I've taken to video in and doing my editing as quickly as possible and getting the video up within a couple of hours after parking the bike up.
Yeah. Well, you got yours out on the one.
All out of the way, get it done with, over and done with.
Yeah. Well, I find I go to videos and I forget what I want to make a video of, and I've got like gigabytes of data, and I can't remember where all the pictures have gone or the videos have gone. I think what I'm
send the link to Dylan, Joe.
The link for the stream.
Yeah.
Let me do that.
And then if you send £100 joining fee to me, Dylan, spot on.
Let me see if I can find his. No, I will do it. Give me a few minutes. I'm a bit distracted, so you carry on for a second while I get his email.
Tojj just said there, the apps that come with the new cameras are super easy to use on the phone with editing, plus they can auto do it for you, which can be a bonus.
Yeah, I found LumaFusion was probably the best phone app for editing.
I mean, I'm going back to the X2 that when I got that, and I would imagine it's come on leaps and bounds since then, but I just couldn't get on with that. I found it a real ball ache having to edit everything twice, which back then you did have to do. Oh, Steve's back. I know. What's that, the old dodgy bladder?
No, I needed a smoko.
I haven't got Dylan's email address, so if Dylan,
He
if
went
you
out for a smoke, we know.
uh, Dylan, if you could go to the Time to Go channel and go on the description in there, there's an email. Open the email and send me your email on that email, and then I'll give you the link. Unless I just stick it on here temporarily. Let me see.
Stick it in there, can we?
Let me stick it to. Let me see if I can put it on the top of here. Hang on.
Hang on, there you go. It's on there.
Okay, so once you get on, Dylan, we'll get that one off there as well. But yeah, there's the link. Click the link and we'll bring you on. Hopefully it works. Sometimes it doesn't, but hopefully it does. And we'll see. Where can we fit Dylan? In the middle? Down the side? Where are we going to go? I don't know. Must have find a bit of room somewhere or other. It's good. I'm glad that Dylan's doing a few
About
videos.
here.
I reckon it'll go 4 with one in the middle. I think it'll do something like that.
We reckon overlap.
I don't think it's going to overlap. It doesn't normally overlap, does it? I wouldn't have thought, but we'll
Should
see.
just put it in, shouldn't it?
There he is. Okay, so Dylan, welcome to the stream. How are you?
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, we see you're getting into the YouTube swing of things now.
Attempting to.
Yeah, you're doing all right.
Yeah, I put one up last night, but I ended up having to take it down. I'm probably going to have to re-record it. Like you guys were saying, I'm actually recording it on my phone because I still haven't got, well, I haven't got a fancy camera. My kids got me a little small action one for Father's Day.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were getting me. It was a grand little thing. And I've tried recording with it. Forget about sound, the mic and shit, and it doesn't. I don't have a wireless or something to plug into it. And I've tried a few. It has a 4K option which I ran, but it buffers like a mother fudger. So as you're watching the footage is going along, then it kind of buffers and then goes again.
Yeah.
A few spots it's vibrating. That's purely where I've mounted because I've just stuck it, on the shield above the TFT.
Yeah.
So I can get a view out.
Oh, you got it behind the screen.
Yeah. And then I went to the 180 by 60, and it's not as clear, but it also looks as if I'm going 30 kilometers an hour.
And how fast were you going? 100?
I don't know. I was going to speed limit between 80 and 100, but it just looks, for me, it looks weird because it looks like, because the cars are coming real slow and everything else is going real slow. So I'm just trying to get it as realistic as I can.
I had the same trouble with 4K, but once you run it through, it's a pain to edit. But once you run it through, it comes out fine. It's just that your computer won't play it back.
Did you say you run 60 frames per second? Were you?
Well, it was 180. I had a 180 60 FPS. That's another option, and then there's one in between that I'm going to change over to. And the one I put up yesterday evening, I was playing around because I just edited on my phone. The software came with the little action camera, and it's handy enough. And I'm in this area where you guys are well used to, but I'm just learning how to edit stuff. And yesterday I learned how to crimp in that piece of footage that I made of how to go through the menus and how to put it where I wanted. And I'm going along, but I'm doing it all on the phone, and my eyes aren't great. So I'm trying to look at a timestamp at about that size so I can make little cuts and drop it in.
Yeah.
And it played back, and it played back fine on my phone, and I cast it to my TV, and it played back fine. And then I uploaded it, and I think fairly straight away I got a comment from someone saying no sound. So I went in on the laptop and I went in to YouTube separately on the telly, and there was sound, but you'd have to put your telly up to like 7,000. And there's no way of editing once it's recorded. There was the software is fairly basic. The volume was at max in what I had recorded. So
memory you got?
Oh, it's just some free software that came with the little kind of budget action cam that I got. But the footage was actually off my mobile phone, which is exactly the same one I used for the first video I put up, where the sound all came out fine. So I'm like, I'm not too sure what I did, but I'll do it again.
Well, now you're on here, Dylan. I think Rev Bombs just said, when you've got enough here to make a 70s reunion band. What do you think?
Oh,
Anybody play any tunes on a guitar or anything like that? Any musical people?
More like the seagulls than the eagles.
yeah, the seagulls, yeah.
Good old shy talks.
What frame rate do you use on your videos, Nides? Quality.
I always used to do 4K 30. I've dropped it to 2.730 now. I'll just leave it in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
I do
that's the other option, because it had 4K, so I dropped it down 2 levels to see what that would do, and that's the one where it looks really slow. So I've changed it back, but I just haven't been out on the bike. Well, I was out. I just didn't bring the camera with me. It was I was out
put mine
over.
on 1080, 30 frames a minute.
Dylan,
Yeah, it does.
you got a new sub. Rev's just subbed to you.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, in fact, that's what I'm saying. Then I'm like,
As well.
I want to try and put some stuff up there, because I was aware it's been about 3 weeks since I did the other one, but because I'm at 1,800 kilometers now, and like the last 2 days with some lovely weather, so I was out the missus were out, and again, there's a road that I take out of here, and it's some lovely. I wanted to get a bit of footage of some of the lovely mountain passes and stuff, and there's a stretch of it where the road is complete shite, and that showed up how good the new suspension is versus the old one.
You tell the difference.
Yeah, definitely could tell the difference there. Yeah, so I think I put all that into the video yesterday, but I'll just have to re-record it, and I can take out some of the ums and the ahs as I stare off into the distance, and try and figure out what I'm saying.
Where are you based?
I'm in Cavan, so I'm up. I'm about an hour and a half from Belfast, about an hour and a half from Dublin. I'm kind of Midlands sort of.
How,
About
Dylan, how close are you to Dave Perry?
about 25 minutes away.
Yeah, I mean, if you can make, he's a BBC cameraman, and
he's a mate. Yeah, he's a mate of mine. We do chat and meet up for coffees when he's free.
Yeah, I mean,
I just don't like to bother him.
he should know what, and steer you in the right direction. I know.
He will. Yeah. I mean, my plan is to get a DJI Action 5. Just the kids got this for me for Father's Day, kind of without.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly does motion your interest, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it certainly does.
And they said, look, they said,
yeah. It's good because it is all just practice, and you got to find something that works for you as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of crap that we bought and didn't get on with, and fobbed off on Joe and Alex.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was talking to Dave, and I'm more than likely going to go with the Action 5 and a few bits. But like I said, that man works some fierce hours outside of the YouTube stuff. So we meet up maybe every month or two if he's free. We have a quick coffee and talk shite.
See if he'll flog you one of his cameras.
I go on the board one of his cameras.
The 4 or the 5 is you can't go wrong
walk around with it on your shoulder like that,
yeah.
The 4 or the 5, you can't go wrong with either of those.
Yeah, and then I'm just and again, it's more just to show some of the lovely roads that are around here, and just the sort of. I like the sort of the little ones that we do, or just sort of little waffles, and just capturing your sort of things for posterity, as they say.
I mean, that's what people like to see, because if we're visiting.
You'll like this one, Dylan. Let's show you some special effects. Hang on a Mo Geronimo. This is where they were winding me up to wind this copper up. So we've been getting warnings that over the hill there was either a camera van or copper. And this is when I forgot to plug in the wire to record the other two. But just as you come over the hill, you'll see him up on the left. At least there's plenty of people like telling you. I'm going to do better than that.
You've got your audio plugged in with me and Steve, isn't it?
Oh, what the hell like that? Yeah. I didn't see that. I didn't see you put his glasses on, Nides. I didn't see that bit.
You're probably not allowed to show a police officer's face or something like that.
Is that what it is? Oh dear.
Oh, I love it.
And you guys are probably much the same as us. The people coming the other way just give you a wee flash of the lights, let you know there's.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we got plenty, didn't we? We got told virtually every car.
Yeah. So
But he caught up with the spirit of it, didn't he? He gave us a smile.
Was that in a 20-mile-an-hour zone when they were using a speed camera? Did you say?
It was a weird bit because it kept going from 30 to 20 to 30. I think just before we went over the hill, it had jumped back to 30, but I kept it 20 just to smile at him when we went by. I tapped my camera and just shouted, "Smile."
Yeah. God, it's good.
Well, that's the other thing I've been doing on the new bike. I've been sticking it like some of the 30 zones and bits, just sticking the cruise on, and just to see how it handles it and everything. So it's quite good. The upgraded DCT is definitely worth the investment. But yeah, no, the weather's been fabulous here. So we've had 2 or 3 days of 27, 28 degrees. No, I didn't get out today because I go up and visit my mum in the car. So, but then we've had lashing rain here since last night, and just kind of a break in that sort of heat. So hopefully it'll be dry. Next weekend we're going on. Myself and the wife are heading off. We'll probably head off around 12 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, and we'll be back on Sunday evening. We're going off down towards Killarney and Cork and Limerick and all that sort of stuff. I don't know if I told you about this one before. We have a thing here called the Irish Photo Rally, and they have 24 points around the country. And the rule is you have to ride there on your bike and take a photo with your bike at these preset points. And if you have a pillion and joined in, you can take a picture with the pillion and the bike. And there's a minimal fee they use for admin and stuff. And at the end of the year, they have a dinner, or like the end of January the next year, they have a dinner. And if you get 12 of the points, you get a bronze kind of badge. And if you get 20, you get a silver, and if you get all 24, you get a gold badge and a wee cert and stuff. And it's just an excuse to get people out on their bikes and traveling around the place. And they change every year, so it's been going since 1974. So must be doing something right. But it's just an excuse to get out and go for a spin, you know.
Well, I mean, similar to when we was out yesterday, wasn't it, Steve? It was to go out and get a photo specifically for a YouTube challenge. So, like you say, it gets you out, doesn't it? Not that we need an excuse, but
it's nice to have fun, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that video that Howie did where he went to the top of that hill, and there's a lot on the hill. There's a pub there. There's some monuments there, and you would think that monument that was there, Howie, was like millions of years old, but you're saying that was just a recent addition made.
They built the stone circle for the millennium, but the quarry that's up there was where they have all the ham stone from.
Yep.
So that's where it all comes from. It would have been a bigger hill, but if they hadn't needed all that bloody brick and bloody stuff for build the cottages around the place.
see, I'm confused now, Howie.
Why?
Yesterday, when I said to you, "What's that name of the stone and all these buildings?" and you said, "Oh, I can't remember." I know why, because it was such a big word, like ham.
Yeah, there's limestone, but they call it ham stone.
Hamstone.
It comes from the Ham Hill Quarry. Oh dear, there's nothing bloody difficult about it, is it?
I'm still sulking about the week.
I don't know, don't it?
I'm still sulking about the week you made us wait in all that. Well, you did your helmet up, turned your camera on.
Have you never heard the word payback? Just remember Haynes bloody car park and Cartgate car park. I was sitting there twiddling the bloody thumbs, waiting for you.
At least you got there. At least you got on the way and you got going eventually.
We did.
How's your CarPlay? Is it connected to your phone? No, I don't know.
I have a question for Dylan. Dylan, it's not motorbike related. Have you heard of the Giant's Causeway? Is it in Ireland?
No, I'm from Ireland and I've never heard of the Giant's Causeway.
Is it near the Blarney Stone?
Is it anywhere near
the Blarney Stone is in Killarney, in the castle down there, and unsurprisingly to most people, I have actually been up there and kissed the Blarney Stone, which gives you the gift of the gab, as they say. So I can talk for Ireland.
I think I need to go get that one.
Isn't it?
The Giants Causeway is in the
Don't,
north. Yeah,
don't let Rev Bomb kiss it, for crying out loud.
going crazy. But no, in fairness, I haven't actually been to the Giants Causeway. But you got to cross a rope bridge to get over to the actual thing. But some of the the photo points are actually up that way, and they're only about. I think it's only about a 25-minute detour to get to the Giants Causeway and a few other points up there. They're going to make a kind of a little weekend out of it. So when we go to where the points are, I also do a quick Google, see if there's anything interesting that I'd like to see myself while I'm out that way. Usually castles and old Irish ring forts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I like all that old history stuff.
Yeah.
So some of that is quite nice. But you've got what they call the Causeway Coastal Route, links onto the Wild Atlantic Way. So
Yeah.
that's what they call. It's effectively the same thing, but it's the bit that's in Northern Ireland. So and then that goes all the way around and down. But yeah, the Blarney Stone is down near the toes, and the Giant's Causeway is up on top of the head of the teddy bear. So
I can't wait to see some of your videos coming out, because that's a nice place to see. I'd like to see
yeah,
that.
if I can get some of the camera footage running right, it'd be nice. I'm going to bring the wee little camera that I have with me when we go at the weekend, and I'll record a load of shite and then just see if any of it's worthy of putting up. I stuck again the video I had put up yesterday. I had put a little bit on the end, a bit grainy, a bit crap, but just to give people an idea of what I was trying to do. So the one that was up was more of a chatting in the garage, and like I said, I threw if I made a wee video of how to set up your user modes
Yeah.
with the suspension on the new bike, a few little bits. But like I said, I'll re-record it and throw it back out again.
And you know what? I've never ever used the user modes on the NT. It's got them on there, but 9 times out of 10, I only use one, and that's it. I use the tour mode, and that's all I've ever used. Basically, I've never.
Well, I was the same. I on the previous model, I was in tour 90% of the time. I would use urban in built-up areas, but I was very rarely in built-up areas. So, say if I was in Cavan Town, which is like all of 20,000 people, or something, it's a small enough town. Or if I was going into a city or a built-up area, I'd stick it in that. Or I'd be in tour the rest of the time. Rain mode I actually use for if I'm good up. We call them boreens, little tiny roads with grass up the middle.
Oh yeah,
little tracks that
unused
are
roads.
yeah. So I'd put it in rain for that, because that gives you it's the
Less
least.
power.
Yeah, I think it's the same power in all modes. It's just how it comes in. So in rain mode, the power comes in very, very gingerly, and the traction control is at max. So I would use it for those sorts of little crappy little roads just in case. But with the new one I'm riding, I have set up user 2, and that's the mode I ride it in most of the time, because in the user modes you can change the power delivery, the traction control, and the engine braking. So for user 2, I've set it's nearly a mirror of Tour, except I've put the least amount of engine braking on, and on my model, in that mode you can also set up the suspension. So I've set it to medium, so you can do just a couple of options. You've got overall suspension, then it asks you, and I have that at, medium, and then front and rear, both of them at medium, and then it gives you preload for on your own, on your with a pillion or with a pillion and luggage. Those settings I didn't go near because I don't, suspension's a bit fucking witchcrafty as far as I'm concerned. So I left those. So it's the first time, like I said, I didn't really bother with the user modes on the last one. With this one, I've actually gone in and made a few changes. And because I've always rode inline 4s, the braking is a little bit different. So it just feels a little bit nicer to me. And especially, when you roll off the throttle to disengage the cruise,
The brake.
to disengage the cruise control. And I had found previously when I do that, sometimes it wasn't a massive lurch, but you could feel it sort of. But especially when you're 2 up, it was a bit more of an impact on your own. You're expecting it doesn't bother you. So that's the reason why I've finally played around with some of the modes. And I'm not 100% what you would do with all those preload. You can make between 1 to 23 increments on all those preloads, but I don't understand it enough to be messing around with it. You know, I kind of left it when it gave a preset for what I'd set on the other ones. I just left it there.
Yeah.
And
That's why I like those auto buttons.
yeah, kind of like it's pre-selected. Given the fact I've asked it to do medium and all of them, it's kind of pre-selected preload ones. And consider how comfortable the bike feels, I'm happy enough to let it do what it does.
Go on.
Yeah, I was just saying, and in tour mode is actually preset at hard settings, so I haven't really noticed that I would need that, if you know what I mean. Maybe if I'm going out on my own and being a bit of a silly bugger and going fast, maybe I'll stick it back into that one. So my user 2 is mostly a mirror of tour, but with less engine braking and slightly softer suspension set.
Yeah, because the GSs now have electronic suspension. Do you ever adjust it on yours, or do you leave it all in one setting? Never touch it.
I mean, I'd stick it all in dynamic and just leave it. And the like the preload, I just leave in auto, so it'll adjust to whatever gets on there.
Yeah, I think that the Honda version, it doesn't have a. You guys have one where I think where you can set it and it will. I know Ducati have their Skyhook version, so it kind of keeps the bike, no matter what you put on it, it tries to keep the bike level.
The same, haven't they?
Yeah, I don't know how semi-automatic the Honda system is. I do know when I was sitting in the driveway and I was just pressing the button while I was on the bike, I could feel it going up and down between the different settings.
You can feel it.
Just as I was sitting still, and I changed it from because I had it set. Myself and the wife, and we brought a bit of shopping back on the bike, so I had it set for that, and then I was just going out for a wee spin for myself the next morning. So I hit the buttons and you do a couple of clicks and you take away, bring it down to just rider pillion, and the next one is just rider on their own. But I could feel the bike actually adjusting.
Yeah.
When I made those steps, and then once you drive, then it just does its own thing. So I definitely think it's worth it. But I would say that because I bought the fucking thing.
So you're still happy and impressed with. That's the main thing.
Oh, love it.
We're doing plenty of miles on it anyway.
Yeah, I have 1,800 kilometers on it now. The boxes are bigger. It's more comfortable. I've actually ordered the comfort seats. They're on there. I'm hoping to have them before we go away. But my dealer, the local dealer, said he may not get them in time.
See, that still baffles the shit out of me. These bike manufacturers, surely the idea is you make a bike that's comfortable in the first place.
Yeah. I think what they all do it now is it's comfortable-ish, and if you want really, it's from the car. They all a lot of them make cars as well. It's from that whole thing of upselling. Nobody buys the base GS. Everybody comes out on a TE or something else, and they've spent another $5 or $8 grand before it rolls off the lot.
Well, they never used to do that, did they? Motorbikes years ago, years or 20 years ago, 15 years, they never used to do that years ago, did they?
No, but you had very few options. You basically bought the base bike because that's all there was, and then you went and hit the parts catalog for Power Bronze and all the companies that like Harris used to make. They did. If you wanted all bling stuff for your bike, you go to Harris, you go to Power Bronze, you go to, so the company like Honda, you couldn't get an official Honda seat cover back then, and then they obviously saw that we're leaving money on the table here. People are willing to pay a bit extra if the seat cover says Honda on it or comes in a Honda box, or if it's what's it called, type approved for the model. People just, and then I think if you buy a genuine Honda thing, at least it's not interfering with your warranty and other stuff like that.
Steve's saying the seats back in the day were a lot more comfortable. I had an old the old CM200T, I think it was. Had a lovely seat on it, but it was like a real puffy old type seat.
Yeah. Well, the seat on my CB 1300 is bloody lovely.
Yeah.
And that was because that's like you said, they made it have a nice seat because people are going to drive long bloody miles on that thing.
Yeah. And of course, we have got that fella there. He does an exquisite line of very plush looking seat.
Yeah.
Master upholsterer.
Have you seen his channel? I suppose you watched Lobo.
Yeah.
You've seen him. Did you see the one where he modified the seat to make it a lot more comfortable and a bit higher?
Yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah,
See,
good plan.
see, I with slow, but I blame the Tories. I mean, they really pushed that care in the community malarkey, didn't they?
Yeah.
And look where it's got us. Oh,
Uh,
Steve's gone again. Oh,
yeah, he's gone. Is he back again? No, he's gone.
no,
Again.
fag time again. That's better.
Yeah.
He has an internet connection problem sometimes. It's been pretty good today, though, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Not been too
Yeah,
bad.
a lot better than normal. Yeah.
Well,
And
like,
you
Nige, have you got a button where you like press and summons him? Is that why he's left the chat?
Yes.
Is he on his way over?
Probably gone for another smoke, hasn't he?
yeah,
He's probably, he's gone for a burn. That's what he's doing.
Todd his tea is running low. He has to get the butler in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you this in a second.
Not
I
on,
find
not on live
You're
YouTube.
done.
Where is it?
See your
Slow-mo
bits
will be
again.
there saying, "You're a sellout. You're a sellout."
Yeah.
Hang on, I got to find it first.
What are you trying to find? What have you got? What have you got interesting for us?
Well, it's on my doorstep, and we keep him umming and ahhing whether to phone it. Well, not phone it. I keep phoning it, but there's no answer.
It's not a bike, is it? Another bike, is you after? Is it?
Well, look at the price of this.
How do I make this big on my?
I have got to find it. I bet it's gone now. Now I'm looking for it.
Has anybody got any new bikes? Thinking of buying any new bikes? Everybody's got these bikes now and things, and
I'm always looking at new bikes. My wife hit me over the back of the head if I try
that's
anything.
it. Yeah. How long do you think before you'll be changing the NT? Probably another
I'll
3
keep
years.
this one. I'll keep this one until I'll see what are they on a 4-year cycle.
Yeah.
I'll see what they do in 4 years, and if the kids still want to be educated,
We'll
we'll
get a
see.
bike.
I can only I can imagine in a couple of years what they do. The next iteration, maybe they'll put an electric screen on it. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll sort out that fucking horrendous amount of buttons on the switchgear, or at least make them backlit.
Yeah.
What the hell is that now?
What the
Is
hell
that
is
a,
this?
is that a
Yeah.
luggage kit? Is it?
I would say the same as well. What are you buying?
Well, this is the bits that he's taken off of the bike: handlebars, the luggage racks. He's put Hagen shocks on it. There's the old exhaust, so he's upgraded that. He's upgraded the air filter.
Are we looking at the right picture here, Nige?
Yeah, that's all the bits. So that's 900 quid's worth of extras that he had to put on the bike. There's the exhausts that have gone on it.
Oh, what's this? This a oh, it's a Royal Enfield. Okay.
Looks very clean, doesn't it?
It's
It's
GT
not even a
Continental.
year. It's not a year old yet. 15th of July.
It looks brand new.
15th of July it was registered.
And he's selling it.
Yeah.
Why is he selling it so long, so quickly? Does he not like it or something? Or
So he's done away with that mudguard extended.
I would have believed it if it was two-wheel Willie's bikes.
I know. It's a keeper.
It's a keeper. It's a keeper. Oh, it's on eBay now.
How much you reckon that is?
Pico's Paul is saying that his VF4 went through the MOT and he just sat it up for a while with it starting on the button. Amazing bikes, them. I had the old fuel injected version of those.
Yeah. Wow.
In a Honda file.
You could buy that for
3.5 grand.
3.5 grand.
£2 a month.
Not
You
bad.
could afford that, Nige, on your pension, couldn't you?
£3 a month.
No, £72
But I
a
mean,
month.
it's still got 2 years warranty and breakdown cover with it because they come.
Maybe it just didn't
don't they?
gel with them. Say some people get bikes and they go mad into them and it wasn't really what.
But do you reckon that's a scam?
How much is the extension garage you're going to have to build to put it in with all the other bikes? Right? That's going to cost you more like 20 grand for that, and then you put the bike in it. At least have more space for it anyway.
Yeah, Steve says his internet's fallen apart.
Oh,
is it?
Yeah.
I thought you guys were out on the country roads there looking for Ice Diddy.
nice.
Yes, he's away this weekend, but he has.
I thought you were protecting the borders.
There's been a few incursions into your territory and you into his territory, isn't there?
Get off my
We moved
land.
round one at the weekends.
That's
Dylan.
fine. I should
I
get
go
me
down
on
the ward Nigers. He comes up here, and Ice Diddy moves across. Tom's TC. He comes over to Langport, which is where I am, and then we drop down and move around. So it's kind of like distribution of wealth, if you want
That's
to
it. Yeah, keep
look at it in that kind
moving.
of point of view.
So
Like I say,
y'all get new scenery for the camera to look at for a couple
There
of
will
days.
be
or if you give us
consequences.
videos and think that'll be a bloody good road to ride, I'll make a video on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's called,
If he's that
called
close,
Content Fest.
why don't you get together and get out on a ride with him as well? Get him on
Oh,
your.
it's all in hand. It's all in hand.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Not
Or
before
you can do one of those
anyway.
the TMF ones, the where they meet up for chips and stuff.
Oh,
Oh,
Bruce. No, that's Bruce, isn't it? Oh, I don't know.
Scram with Biker Scram with Jeff and
Biker
Dan. Is
that's
that
the
one?
one. Biker
one.
Scran with Jeff and
That's
Dan.
the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a monthly meetup or
We found the best places. The last two
you can call
places
it a
we've been
sausage
to.
fest.
Last two places we've been to, Dylan, they haven't let us down at all on the food, and it's been bloody good, isn't it, Nigel?
Oh, that Poplar's pub yesterday, wasn't that superb?
I had a brie and bacon bap. I couldn't finish it. I brought mine back and I ate it in the garage when I was putting my bike away.
Nice.
It came with chips. That portion of chips like that stacked up on it, a salad. Oh, it was bloody delicious.
It can be nice like that when you're out for a spin and you just stumble across these just
And that
nice
was only just over a tenner. Only just over a tenner for that, which is pretty good food wise, pub food. In this
And we
country.
nearly missed that, didn't we? Because we went straight past it.
Yeah.
And Steve and I turned round in Somerset, and Harry thought he'd pop down to Chichester and turn round.
yeah,
Well, I hit the coast now to come back, so.
Oh, is that the video from this morning?
yeah.
Yeah, because you found the worst bit of spot to try and do a Yui.
Oh, that was an absolute shit lay-by that turned around.
Turn for you there. The
Yeah, that
breathing
was
was
dodgy,
getting a bit heavy there, trying to push that pedal thing back.
Trying to shift your bike and your bloody feet.
And I turned in to turn round, didn't I? I said, I'll go down this little track here and turn round. It was somebody's driveway.
The thing is, you both pulled in there. You and Steve pulled in there as well. So you pulled another one behind it. He probably would have hit you, basically, wouldn't he?
Well,
You
Steve
stopped as you pulled in.
swung round in the entrance. I drove up the driveway thinking it was a lane,
Did you?
and I drove up to somebody's house.
And he parked up by their garage.
I was turning round outside.
He was in the kitchen making a cup of tea and all.
As you were coming around, you pressed the front doorbell and then fucked off.
I bet they looked at their door camera thinking, what the is this turning up?
Like this courier is getting a bit cheeky. Yeah.
Love it.
Do you want a GSS motorbike?
It's all good fun, though, isn't it? It's good to get out when the weather's good. Make the most of it before it
That was
changes.
a cracking day out yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What's yours, Howie? Are you in a 1200 GS, is it?
So what?
Are you in a 1200 GS?
No, bugger off. No, mine's an XR. S1000 XR.
Is it?
Yeah.
They're mighty. It was just the clocks on it. I was trying to figure out what it was from the angle, but it's
you got the sitting position of a GS, but the speed of a.
Yeah, I know. The S1000 XRs it's a mighty show, as they call them.
It's basically like an adventure bike, but with a sports bike engine and heritage. It goes like shit off a stick.
It's an adventure bike who's been hitting the crack cocaine, more like it. Yeah. I've seen a few on a few of the spins I've been out. Lads have them here, and 1000cc inline 4 Beamer engines, but they're quite nice.
And they do sound nice, the inline 4s.
Yeah. It does sing. When I open it up, it now sing.
Yeah. Especially in your speakers, when he opens it up, you can hear a bit of blart.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing I'm hoping to do when I get a decent camera is try and figure out the sound, because I quite like the sound off the NT, that parallel twin. I don't know if they've got a 270 crank where everything is, because it sounds quite nice, especially when it's gone if you're knocking it down a gear and stuff. Even on a standard pipe, I'm gone all old now and shit, so I wouldn't be putting a big noisy pipe on it. But I quite like the sound of it as I'm bumming along the country lanes. But trying to actually record that without getting all the wind noise and stuff, I think that's the kind of stuff I'll be chatting to Dave about, because he gets really clean sound.
The best thing is get your microphone out of the wind. That's your the first rule of thumb with that. So there's no breeze coming over the top of the element, so it's all out of there, and to the back of you or something like that, or in a back pocket, something like a place where it's not going to move around, so you don't get that jostle and hassle and it rubbing against something. That just ruins all of the audio. So if you can get it under your seat or something like that, would be an ideal place. Put them
Yeah.
there.
I'll
So,
I'll try and play around with stuff like that when I get around to
I mean, you got to play around with it, dude, and that's
Yeah.
half the fun of kind of like, you know, learning the craft or getting it right, and what, like we've all said, whatever works for you. I found a good thing with that was like with the 5, because you can do 2 microphones if you use 2 Bluetooth setups. So you
Yeah,
can have one under
that's
your
what they
seat.
was saying.
Yeah, you put it on magnet under your
It can
seat,
record
and then
2.
one in your one under your seat, and then one in your lid, and
Yeah.
that'll work. And it's magnetic, so it'll hit to anything metal. So you just plant it underneath
Yeah, or
there.
like I said, you can probably get a bit of a metal thing on a bit of tape and glue it on
Yeah.
and then just
Oh, and
click.
so yeah, I use that either that Gorilla Buddy super glue or Sugrue, and the lid I got, it's got had an indentation which is scalloped out anyway. So I
Oh,
dropped
cool.
one of those magnets in there, Sugarued it in, and you can just chuck the bloody
Yeah.
Bluetooth in, and it sticks to
I've
the magnet.
I've a few mini magnets over the thing. I'll try to but I'll actually check the polarity before I glue the fucking thing in place, so I'm not pushing it away.
Yeah, yeah. I find that sometimes
Be on the
placing
end
the
of your
element
phone.
out towards the side of your mouth rather than directly underneath it, that
Yeah.
works best for me, and it does pick up a bit of engine noise as well. It's
Yeah, I'll give that a go
it's
because the
doing
thing
it.
I'm finding at the minute now, um, I'm kind of getting the hang of the screen now. It's actually, if you don't put it in the full up position, have it one down, you get a little bit more wind, but you don't get the buffeting. Whereas if I have it up in the full one, I'm getting a little bit of whatever way it's coming up and over and hit me in the noodle. So that's the only, as far as I've found so far, that's the only negative compared to the 2024 model, where the screen I used to always just have it in, like a fucking big
Yeah,
plank.
a lot of people
But
don't
the wind
realise.
just went straight around you there.
A lot of people don't realise a microphone's going to pick up what's ever's around it, what's in its environment. And you're on a motorbike; it's going to be bloody noisy. And part of that adds to the makeup of you being on a bike.
Yeah.
So you give the sensation of movement, wind, because it would be like you sat on a bike. And if you're going to look at that rather than saying I'm going to be like everybody else and try and cancel this out, cancel that out,
Yeah.
put this noise reduction on this, and you end up like as Noise has just said, it kind of like sounds weird and Dalek-y and
Yeah, the one
just
I have now, when I put the sound, it's just that the mic is horrendous because when the sound it recorded, God, I don't know what it sounded like, but it didn't sound like, it sounded like someone strangling a cat or something. So it's like just of the sound of so I just canceled it. I just dropped the sound off, and then I just waffled over at the end of the previous one, just so people can get an idea. I know some people do. There's a good few people do ones as well where they just do the video of the drive with a little bit of music behind it. And they don't do any talking or any which is fine as well, just to show you nice roads and bits. And then the only thing I was thinking of, I'll probably end up switching to the chin mount like everybody else, and then I have to go figure out how to blur out the speed. It does give a nice view, but you don't get that because you don't see the handlebars and the clocks. It's you know what I mean. So for me, because I'm so used to seeing everyone else's handlebars and things as they're riding along, you're wondering, would I be better off? Because I can obviously just move it from one to the other.
The thing is, I think, Dylan, you'll probably find your own style that you like doing. You might get, you'll get in a position where you like it. It might be just by the side, just seeing through the side screen or whatever. Well, you just got to experiment in different ways. I know Nige and Howie, they got multiple cameras and things. That makes it a bit more interesting when you get one camera and another camera, and you got one point and you got one going forward and all that. But it's a lot more.
I've just gone back to putting the Action 5 on the chin of that helmet, which is a flip front. I bought the chin mount, proper chin mount shape mount for that helmet, and it comes with a 3M pads to stick it on. It was on there, but I just fancied there was like movement in it, so I've taken that off today, and I've done what you said, H. I've Sugrewed it on.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's going to be a lot better than those 3M pads.
Just seeing what Grey Wolf said there about he sometimes puts his in his backpack or a back pocket of his jacket. He gets a nice bit of sound there.
Yeah.
as well. So I like that. I'll experiment when I get around to that sort of stage.
Yeah, make sure it's not rubbing against anything because that just will be.
Oh yeah, you get a sort of a.
It's stable. I mean, what Slowboy put is in was it a harmonica case or something like that?
Oh,
He
cool.
shoved that in his pocket.
Yeah. I'll
And
try.
Mike's just said there he found a mic under the seat was picking up the suspension noise.
Well, he should oil his suspension then, shouldn't he? Really?
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
It's a bloody rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just trying to
Sorry,
find
Mike.
that mix
Sorry,
of it.
Mike.
I want to try and just put something out every couple of weeks, so you kind of. Because a couple of people took the effort to actually watch a few and make some comments. You kind of go, "Oh, I should probably put something else out." People are willing to watch it rather than just leaving it like 6 months between it.
I don't know what's got into me. All of that footage I got from when Old Boots were over, I've managed to edit and upload. It's sat there ready to go out. 2 videos a week, right up to the 9th of July.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
I'm like a man possessed.
on them videos, Nige, I did like the one you went in the caves. That's an amazing place, the caves, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it's 25 quid to get
Worth the
in
money.
there, but
Worth the
brilliant.
money. Yeah.
Yeah, there's one of the nicer roads that I like to go here. Again, there's caves up near it as well, which I've been in years ago because we've been to a couple of cave systems around Ireland, myself and the missus and the kids. I always find it's good to crack down with the bike gear because when you get down there, it's fucking freezing. But when you come back up, you're sweating like a bloody, because it's usually a good few degrees lower when you go down there. But when you come back out, it's like you've stepped into a sauna.
Yeah.
You
Well,
say
it
it's
was
warmer down
saying, she was saying it was an average. It maintains 11 degrees down those caves.
Perfect for cheese,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Cheese
believe.
into something good.
Stinky
believe.
cheese.
Oh dear. Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to start wrapping this up very shortly, probably in about 10 minutes or so. So we'll start going through the list of people who have been here. I think there's been quite a few here today. It's been
We
a
did.
busy.
We had 23 at one time.
It's been a busy
Yeah.
stream this week, and I think it's probably because of the popularity of you, Dylan, for coming on the stream. Thank you for
I've
that.
said more Tojj and Howie thrown out lots of videos.
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed the one today because it was kind of like you guys will know what was that show the Grumpy Owl lads in the country town in England for
Oh,
donkeys.
you mean the
Yeah,
Some of that stuff.
Foggy and all that?
yeah.
The Last of the Summer Wine.
That was it. Last of summer wine on
Yeah.
bike tours. The lads were having
We've
the banter was
been, we've been akin to the Three Musketeers by Mike.
Yeah.
Did you read that, Nige? What Mike wrote about us? Grey Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just reading that. What Paul's put. Look, that's something worth taking note of with the DJI Mic 2. Look,
I have one of them.
yeah, a brand spanking new one, not even powered it up. Had it in his tank bag. His drink leaked.
Wow.
Totally knackered.
Wow. It's amazing. I didn't know
they're not waterproof.
I thought they were waterproof.
No.
Not the Mic 2s, no.
Is it the Mic
Oh.
Mini that is?
There's only one microphone, Bluetooth microphone on the market that actually is waterproof.
Insta, isn't it?
Yeah, the Insta mic, and it's
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
even
have
the Mic
one.
Mini's not waterproof.
Is that the selling point for the Mic Mini, that it's Bluetooth and you don't have to have the wee attachment on the side of the camera? Is that?
This is one that's actually made by an independent company, though it's called an Insta mic. It's nothing to do with Insta cameras. But this one is fully waterproof. You can drop that into 10 foot of water and it will still work. What you want to record anything under bloody water, I don't know why, but
You
submarine.
can record whale music or something like that, Be a good idea.
I'd do that.
Because I think it was watching one of Dave's channels or listen to you guys. I think is it the Mic Mini that's wireless and the Action 5 that it has built-in wireless, so you don't need to put a wee adapter on the side of it.
Yeah, I mean, both the
on the
Mic
floor
Mini
you have to plug in
and
a
the Mic
little.
2 are wireless.
Oh, okay.
Well, we attach to our Mic 5s or our Action 5s. We attach a Mic 2 and a Mic Mini, one to each channel. When we're
There's
doing
one of the cameras you have to attach. Is it the 4? Did you have to actually attach not a transistor?
I'll get it. I'll show you what I mean. Hold on.
That's what
I'll
Dave.
see what
I think
you mean.
in one of Dave's videos.
No,
he
the
was saying
Fords go wireless as well.
Oh, do they? Okay. Maybe it was just a particular mic he was using.
Yeah, this
You had
one
to attach
didn't.
a little,
The original original 3 didn't.
Yeah.
So that, yeah. You mean that thing that goes on the side of
Yeah,
it?
it goes in the because he was saying
Yeah, that
you
won't
put a
work
bit
with
of
it.
like that.
That
You put a bit of but it was kind of fucking Swarfig or some sort of something around it to make that join waterproof.
yeah, some people put like blue tack around it. Some
Yeah.
people put there's that earbud wax stuff. I think Teapot One does that. Some people wax Sugaroo around it and that
And what
sort of
does that
stuff. But
what does
that's
that we
fitting it pretty
what does
solid.
that we attachment do?
Sorry?
What does that we attachment do? Is that the
It just
actual?
allows you to put a 3.5 jack to it, so you can have a lavalier mic
Oh,
into that.
gotcha. Yeah, yeah. So you can have it.
Otherwise, you
You can
could do
mic
it
your
with
helmet into it, is it?
yeah, you could do it with a USB-C fitting. If you've got a microphone with one of them, it will work, and they do sell them. But that is the best. That is the best way of using it. It's a lot clearer, I found. I've never had one of those come out, so I've never had the need. But like I say, for the reason they do it is not waterproof now.
Yeah.
But when you got the door on it and you got the Bluetooth, you can be in the you can be pissing down as you're going along. You've got the Bluetooth that's in your helmet that's not getting wet, so the whole system is now fully waterproof, which I think a lot of people will sort of like the idea of having Bluetooth technology, because so many people's lav mics and purple pandas were just fucking up as they were
Yeah,
driving along.
and they're not cheap, you know what I mean? Because that's the other thing I was
Yeah,
looking at was maybe upgrading my helmet. I used to use RIs back in the day, but then I had kids and a mortgage, and I couldn't afford them anymore. So I have a nice Shark helmet. I quite like it. Plus, I like the fact I like having the built-in sun visor, which RI won't put in for safety reasons. So I'm kind of trying to find one, but I do find that the helmet is a little bit loud compared to previous helmets I've had. And then I'm looking at it has a kind of a built-in budget sort of intercom system, but it doesn't really link with the one my wife has. So I was looking at the Cardo site, and they're bloody expensive. So by the time you bought cameras and mics and Cardos and fucking helmets to fit them all in, it's like
yeah.
I could buy a cheap second-hand bike for that sort of money.
We'll say one thing: if you are going to go down the DJI route with the mini mic or mic 2 or whatever like that, and you've got a microphone, got them in your helmet, make sure that you knock the gain down on your camera to -12,
Yeah.
because they are very
Oh, they
hot.
just reverb, will it?
I know it's just it'll just blow up the audio. It just goes too just too hot. It just distorts. Go at the lowest settings and just try various places within your lid to find out your best options for mounting it.
And if you have any difficulties, just give Howie a call, because he's the expert on the mics. He's got every
Indeed.
single one you can think of, and he knows every single trick in the book.
Well, thanks for listening to me waffle, gentlemen.
That's all right.
That's great. It's been a pleasure having you on the stream today. Pop down anytime. I can put you in the link if you wish on the.
Yeah, do. Yeah. Because
I send an email out every week with the stream link on it, and I'll add you to the stream link.
I'll message you on the link from your channel.
If you send me an email on my email from the time to go on there, your email, and I'll add you to it. And anytime you're available, it's nice to. The more the merrier, isn't that right, guys?
Oh yeah.
Keeps the mix going.
Yeah. Now I'm going to close the stream shortly. So what I'm going to do, Nides, I can only see the people who've come on my channel. I presume you can see the people who've come on yours, I guess. I'm going to go through the list I've got here, and I know there's been a lot of popping up from your side, Nide. I haven't got the list here on them because I can't see it on here for some reason, unless it's in the StreamYards list. I think the StreamYards list is full, isn't it? I think, yeah. Let's go through the list on there first. I'm going to thank everybody for coming in the side chat, and I'm going to go through the list of people. I'll just give you a mention, and all your names should be in the bottom banner there at the bottom going across. If it isn't, just send me an email and we'll add it to there. So Andy GSA Tractors here. We had Monkeywood Garage, Strange Fruit Biker 20. Also Slowbo Lobo, he's been here. And Grey Wolves was here. Picos Paul. Titch on a Bike. We had Grey Wolf. And we had, who else we had? Exeter Rider was here. And we also had a visit from Alex, Adventure Blur Review. He stopped. I hope we didn't delay his journey in any way, but he stopped. Hi. Very Strange Bikers. And who else? Rev Bomb was here. Thanks, Rev, for coming in. Appreciate it. And who have we got? That's probably all here. We also had, I think we had Tolga came in today. Tolga he's a USA channel. Came in to have a look today. Monkeywood Garage. Picos Paul. It's a long list. We've had a busy one
Strange
today.
Fruit Biker 20.
Strange Fruit Biker 20. Yeah.
Ooh.
Baylotron was here. Baylotron. We've had him here today.
And he wasn't silent.
Grey
Moto-
Wolf. Yeah, Grey
Moto
Wolf was
Tour
good as
Island.
well.
Grey Wolf as well, yeah. That's what we like, Dylan. We like people to sort of remember, so it saves me a job to do. Like that. Yeah, we like that.
As always, we always say, don't we? If you see somebody in the side chat that you're not sub to,
Yeah,
go give them a sub because I'm sure you'll get one back.
exactly. Yeah, we all do that sort of thing. I'm trying to see if there's any more on the list in this side here. I'm nearly near the end.
Moto Tour Island.
Moto Tour Island. Yeah, he was here.
Was that head here, or is he just in the? Because I'm looking at the ticker tape at the bottom as
Zed's
well.
in the ticker. Yeah, because if anybody comes on here, they get the name in there. It stays there. It doesn't come out of there.
Oh,
So if you join the channel, it's worth
Some bloke called Four Candles.
4 candles. Oh yeah, we had him here as well. Yeah. Okay. Right, never going to live that down, is he? Well, I think that's everything. What anybody see any more that I haven't seen?
Picos Paul.
Picos Paul, yep, he was here.
Um,
Slobo Lobo. Rev Bomb. I think I'm nearing the end. There's got to be near the end here. There's a lot here. Anybody came in late? I don't know.
Must be a record for you now. You're at an hour 41.
Yeah, no, I think Nigel's got the record. Tolgo's here. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we went over the 2 hours and it let us keep going.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I mean, we used to have Headmaster. Used to have to leave after an hour because he had to work the next day.
Yeah. I remember that, Nigel. I got billed for that, 20 quid.
Yes, you'll have to buy a few rounds when you meet up for your tour.
Getting back. Well, I'm nearly through the end there. Can't find any more. Right, I'm going to leave it there. So thank you everybody in the side chat for coming in this evening, and thank you for Dylan for coming in this week. Appreciate that, your attendance. We've also had Howie. Howie, thanks for coming in today. We know it's always busy with all sorts. Everybody's busy these days out on the rides. You're riding all the time, aren't you? You and Nige. That's the problem. You're always busy, aren't you? So, and yeah, thanks, Nige, for coming in.
We've got childcare tomorrow, ain't you, Nige? That's the thing.
Yeah. Oh, we also had Steve here, the Dorset rider. I don't want to forget him because he was here. He's had a few internet problems. He's disappeared now. But yeah, thanks again, Nige, Howie, and Dylan, and obviously Steve. And we will see you all next week in the next live stream. If you want to pop along, it'd be great to see you all.
Cheerio.
Have a good day.